Hi, this is Angel Ribo with Mindalia TV, and we are here today with Dannion Brinkley. Hi Dannion, how are you?
Hi Angel, thank you, nice to be here.
Absolutely, thank you. I would like to start the conversation today asking you a very simple question. What's that thing that keeps you that you are passionate about?
Well, I think the thing that I'm most passionate about is all the information that surrounds this thing we call death. Okay, from going through death myself, being declared clinically dead for 28 minutes after being struck by lightning, then death as we conceptualize it both mentally, chemically, physically, and religiously is far off center. And that's my passion. My passion is hospice. I have been a hospice volunteer for 40 years, and I have been with more than 2,000 people going from this world to the next, and 346 people taking their last breath. So I understand the death process of the human being and the understanding of the nature of the spiritual being.
Why don't we go right to that point, Dannion? What do you think should be the understanding that, common people should have about death?
No one ever dies. It's an impossible concept. This is the thing that people, Angel, we get caught up in that we wear this physical self. Okay, I have had 3 near-death experiences, and they were pretty complicated, pretty intense. But when a person has a near-death experience, they realize that the thing that they look at in the mirror is not really them. What you see in the mirror is an outfit that you chose to put on so that you could function in this environment. We live in an electrical world. You're a spiritual being, and that spiritual being needs this appearance of physicality. But when you use the word death, the first thing that comes is sin, and I'm going to heaven or hell, or there's nothing. Well, that's crazy. Nobody ever dies. They come to this dimension. They do their job. And when people say, I don't know what my purpose is, your purpose is be the best that you can be. The caring, compassionate, loving, spiritual person that you are anyway in an environment where you are just as much at risk as everybody else. Why we take on a physical form, Angel, is so that we can feel helpless, we can feel vulnerable, okay? And when everybody's in the same place, like never knowing when it could happen, then the more we care about each other and support each other in that time, the more points we get on the scoreboard in heaven.
All right, so how can we get more points then?
Well, I think that people should take a good look at what we call death and remove the religious factor. Move religion out of it. Don't get religious about it. You come here for a certain amount of time, and you chose to come, and you were chosen to come. Very few people ever fail for what they were chosen to do. I believe that you're born specifically in the family that you're born in because that was the absolute best place that the divine could put a magnificent, powerful spiritual being to serve out the purpose of the unfoldment of what God has planned for all of us. When people get there, Angel, and you stop you stop and you really focus on kindness and compassion and caring. This is what I always tell people. What's the meaning of this world? Practicing being a God. Everything that you think that God is, compassionate, caring, loving, protective, all-seeing, all-knowing, how many times in a single day can you be everything that God is? To pat somebody on the back, to say, hey, it's going to be okay, to get them a cup of coffee, to help someone across the street, to put up with a baby crying. This is the nature of where you practice in a fragile system called the physical to become as divinely inspirational to everyone around you.
According to your experience, would there be some, what would be that statement that for so many people that are afraid of dying, we could give them that peace of mind that, it's going to be all right?
Well, no matter what they think, Angel, it's going to be all right. When people put religion in death, Death does not occur. If you look at any near-death experience, people are looking at their bodies. They're separated from it. They travel in through dimensions or heavens. You know, they say there's 7. In Genesis, the Bible says there's 7 heavens. I've seen 4 of those heavens in my 3 experiences. Electrocution, open heart surgery, and brain surgery, all from complications from being struck by lightning. No matter what anybody thinks, they're going to lift out of their body. They're going to be so happy. You finally escaped this bag of water that you're wearing. Think about when you think about a body. A body is basically just a water treatment plant. Okay?
Are you aware of not being on your body?
Oh, yes. I don't...
Is it the same kind of awareness as now, you and me?
Well, I'm aware of things about you. I mean, I don't live in a place where you're over there and I'm over here. I can listen to the sound in a person's voice, and everybody has their own unique sound. I can listen to that sound and I can harmonize with that sound, and then I can sense things about people. I think that I am good at it, Angel, because in hospice, sometimes I only know those people an hour, and I have to find out what gives them closure in this world so they can make that transition. That's why I created the Twilight Brigade, my foundation in America. It's one of the largest end-of-life care volunteer programs for dying or passing veterans. And I teach people how to face death and then how to use what they learn to empower themselves. Here it is. You will never die. It does not happen. Never. Okay? So that makes forever a lot longer, and you're going to be you a lot longer than you think of just this 75 years.
Do you know why we forget who we were when we come to this body?
It's necessary. Okay, there are folklores and mythologies. It's called the time of forgetfulness and a wine that you drink. Everybody has certain unique skills. If you can remember the past or you can remember the future, if you can remember that, you will get off track for what your goal is, what you were divinely sent here to achieve. Okay? Everybody has this mission, and people keep wondering, but they mix religion in it, Angel. Kindness and caring and making a difference in someone's life and patting them on the back. This is real power over there. On the other side, here's something I don't want people to be afraid of, Angel, but no one ever gets away with anything. If you think that you're going to find Jesus and you're going to be saved from whatever you think you did, you can forget that. That's not going to happen. Why? Once you lift out of your body, and I have studied this for 40 years because it happened to me, and I live at the bedside of thousands of people, and I talk to them and I hear what they say. But when you lift out of your body and you see the separation between you and this dimension, and you travel down a tunnel or across a river or across a meadow, something that represents distinct change in whatever in your consciousness. But everybody has what's called a panoramic life review, the Great Book of Judgment, the Hall of Records, all that stuff. You're going to see your entire life pass before you in a 360-degree panorama. You will have missed nothing. You know how many hairs was in the nose of the doctor who pulled you from your mother. You know everybody in the room, and you know everything. The only thing that distracts you is how to make this thing you just turned up in work. Why babies cry, I can understand it. What is all this stuff from a spiritual being into a body? But you're going to see your whole life pass before you. And then you're going to watch it from a second person point of view as if you were your best friend. And now think of your best friend looking at your life. They're going to say, darn, Angel, what were you thinking? Or they're going to laugh, way to go, Angel. And you get a chance to look at yourself from a second person point of view. It's very important. But here's the best one. You're going to literally become every person that you've ever encountered. And you're going to feel the direct results of your action between you and them. You're going to be them. And you're going to see. This is the greatest teaching tool that the near-death experience brings back to this dimension. If I'm going to be everybody, and I'm going to see them, then I'm going to make sure I'm doing better. But when you're going to be everybody, and then people go to worrying about whose feelings they hurt and if they hurt their feelings and all that stuff that pettiness does, it doesn't work like that. When you lift out of that body, you return to a state of consciousness that's not angel or Dannion. You return to a state of consciousness, that great, powerful, mighty spiritual being that you are, who put on this uniform to come and serve the divine effort to unfold heavens, or heavens on earth, or to unfold paradise. And then when you get out of this suit, what you call death, you take that suit off and you are more conscious. The fun part of it in the panoramic life review, Angel, is this. You get to see what you left out. You get to see how you restricted yourself. You know, you see how great and wondrous you are, but you chose this job and you chose the social, psychological families and friends that you meet so that you could move forward the divine plan. And here's the best part. Who judges you? You judge you. You judge you. And here's the rules by which you will judge yourself. If God could not come today and God sent you, in the life you just reviewed, what difference did you and God make? So for me, Angel, I became a hospice volunteer. Why? If God couldn't come today and God sent me, the best place for me to be at the bedside. Because I know when I become every person that I've ever encountered, and those guys who are passing from this world, I'm there. I'm going to be them, looking up in my eyes, loving them, supporting them, and being the difference that God makes in their life. And that's the key to this life. If God couldn't come today and God sent you, in the life you just reviewed, what difference did God make? When I walk into a lot of trouble, a lot of problems, I just smile. You know, this is my job and that's why I'm here.
Do you think that your mission coming to this dimension already contemplated your 3 near-death experiences?
Well, I think that my personality does not bode well with following rules. So when I got the first job in 1975, about every 10 or 15 years they kill me just to keep me paying attention. You know, my relationship to what people call death is one of joy and laughter. You know, I always say, if you're going to talk to me about God, you're not going to make me laugh. You can keep it to yourself. I don't need to hear all that. I have never seen in 3 journeys and talking to hundreds of people who ever had a place in it that was not wondrous and that did not realize the spiritual greatness. Only the best of the best get a chance to come here. When you know this, Angel, that there might be 1 billion beings waiting to be born at that moment through that female coming in this earth, and in the last moments before birth is when who it is that got chosen to come enters this life. And there's so many people who've practiced and trained to become great and mighty. Everybody's a spiritual being. Great and mighty to make this journey here. It's the joy, it's not hell, it's not any of that. It's the place you come to see the difference you can make because you think something is physical. There is nothing physical. This is not real. It's just energy. Think of this. This is a joke I tell. Well, it's not a joke, but in my lectures I say, okay, everybody, let me ask you a question. If you think you're physical, that means you're made of atoms, molecules, and cells. And that's what you're physically made of. Well, if you take an atom and you put it under an electron microscope, it's 94.6% empty space. If you take a molecule and put it under an electron microscope, it's 99.1% empty space. If you take a cell and put it under an electron microscope, it's 98.9% empty space. So if you took all the space out of every atom, every molecule, and every cell of everybody in the United States, 320 million people, all of us would not fit in but half of a regular size matchbox. So when that is the absolute physics truth, where are you? Think about where are you? And if it's an atom, what is the base component of an atom? Energy. So we've created this dimension, and I don't think we did it. I think it was created for us so we could see duality and polarity. We can procreate, so that makes us gods. God creates. We can create life. We can create life. We can grow food. We can love and protect in communities. We can aspire to be caring and to be cared for. What an opportunity to get a chance to see who you are. I just hope everybody listens to this and believes they are not that thing they see in the mirror. And the very moment you stop thinking that you're that thing you see in the mirror, what you see in the mirror is everything that you can do to make sure that other people like you.
Outstanding, Dannion. Outstanding. Really, thank you. Thank you very much for being here with us today. Again, this is Angel Ribo with Mindalia TV, and thank you very much for being here with us.